Welcome to today's Impact interview. Today we have the privilege of speaking with Dr. Noranida Zainal, the Director of Environmental and Natural Resources Division at the Ministry of Economy in Malaysia. So Dr. Zainal has been at the forefront of Malaysia's efforts to address the environmental challenges while driving sustainable economic growth. So Dr. Zainal, thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you. Thank you. I'm very pleased to be here as well.
To begin, could you please provide us an overview of Malaysia's vision and strategy for becoming a regional carbon capture, utilization, and storage hub? And how does the development of CCUS align with Malaysia's National Energy Transition Roadmap, which is known as NETR?
Okay. I just would like to reiterate Malaysia's commitment to the Paris Agreement. And among the initiatives that is very imperative for us to commit ourselves is CCUS. As you rightly mentioned, under the NETR, it has been highlighted that CCUS is one of the 6 levers for us to address energy transition. And not only NETR, CCUS is also mentioned under our national NIMP Industrial Master Plan. Like CCUS, they are vital components of national strategy to the aspiration of net zero by 2050. So in terms of CCUS initiative, currently Malaysia is going a process of preparing a standalone bill to look at the CCUS implementation in Malaysia. And also we aspire to become the regional CCUS hub in Asia Pacific, because we understand that there is a pressing need for Malaysia to balance between economic interests and for the industry, a solution for industry, particularly hard to abate industries.
Thank you. So speaking of the Kasawari and the Longla projects, as we all know, they are highlighted as flagship initiative under the NETR. So could you please share more details about the progress and expected impact of these projects?
Okay. Both Kasawari and Lang Lebah are highly contaminated gas fields that will need to be monetized. And basically, Kasawari and Lang Lebah are more for oil and gas industry. And in terms of progress, for M1, which is for the purpose of Kasawari, where Kasawari emission will be stored, it is currently is still under fabricated, and we expect the first injection to be Q2 of 2026 with a capacity of 3.3 MTPA, million tons per annum. And in terms of progress for Golo, where the Lang Lebah plant will be stored, emissions to be stored, it is under field development plan studies stage actually at the moment. And to Golo together with Lang Lebah is expected for FID by Q4 2024, and the potential injection rate will be around 1.5 MTPA, and the first injection is expected in Q2 of 2029. This one is for Lang Lebah.
Yes. With over 2.5 gigatons of potential storage capacity identified across Malaysia's depleted field, what are the main challenges in utilizing this capacity for CCUS? And how does the existing infrastructure such as injection wells and platforms facilitate the development of CCUS in the country?
You're right. So basically, you mentioned 2.4 gigatons, but based on a study by Global CCS Institute, it is actually mentioned that Malaysia houses one of the largest storage potential in the Southeast Asia, estimated around 13.3 gigatons. It's not merely 2.4, but it is expected 13.3 megatons. And Malaysia is very blessed with the significant and good quality potentials for storage capacity for carbon, for CO2. And currently, Malaysia has already taken some proactive measures to collaborate with major industry players to convert the depleted oil fields into what we call the significant offshore projects in Malaysia. And of course, major Western energy firms are collaborating with Petronas currently, as I was told, with ExxonMobil, Shell especially, and even Total Energies, to advance in carbon capture and storage initiatives in Southeast Asia. In terms of challenges, I think the main challenges will be the cost of CCS. We all know that the cost of CCUS implementation is very high with all the new technologies. But again, I think with collaboration and also partnership with the respective industry players and also even governments to come in and finance some sort of for the infrastructure of the CCS, I think it is workable and it provides a potential for us to advance in this technology.
All right. So speaking of the international collaborations, could you please help us explain how is Malaysian government collaborating with its international partners, such as Australia, Japan, to position Malaysia as a gateway for CCUS in the Asia-Pacific region?
Yeah. Okay. Currently, it's worth to mention that we are starting to talk to some of the countries, some of the governments. Singapore, we had a discussion last week, in fact, to discuss on the transboundary of CO2. We have started discussing with Japan and also Korea, which is, I think, it is very good for us to embark on this partnership with the countries. And also domestically, it's actually CCUS initiative is not merely a whole of nation approach. It's not within Malaysia, but whole world movement. We need to have this partnership. We need to embark on cooperations with other governments. And also domestically in Malaysia, it's not only Ministry of Economy who actually is spearheading CCUS. We have actually developed a governance structure which involve various ministries to be in this project. Like for instance, we have MOF to look on the financing and also incentives. We have MITI, Malaysia, to look into the investment and also the utilization part of CCUS. We also have like Ministry of Science, Technology and Innovation to look into the technology. And of course, we also rope in NRES, Natural Resources and Environment Ministry, to look into the reporting of CO2. Because this is to provide some information and also data and also for our reporting to Paris Agreement.
Thank you, Dr. Nazo. So the next question is, what are the long-term goals for Malaysia's CCUS initiative beyond 2030? And how do you envision the role of CCUS evolving in Malaysia's broader energy transition wave?
All right. Under NEDR, I believe you have read that we have set the target to have 3 hubs by 2030. As rightly mentioned in the presentation by Petronas earlier today, we have 3 hubs in the northern, southern, and also eastern cluster of hubs in Malaysia, which is 2 in Peninsular Malaysia and 1 in Sarawak, and further increase the storage capacity to 40 to 80 MTPA. By 2030, we have established 3 hubs in the northern, southern, and also eastern cluster, which could accommodate up to 15 million ton per annum. As for the long term, we are looking at 3 more capture hub, and also that would actually increase the capacity for 40 to 80 million ton per annum. We would not only want to focus on the storage of CO2, but of further enhance on the utilization of CO2, where we want to develop more industries that could actually bring revenue to the country. It has potential for new job opportunities and also skilled workers and also, of course, technology that we could actually bring in on board for the initiative to be implemented.
Thank you, Dr. Zainal, for sharing your invaluable insights and impressive strides Malaysia is making in the realm of carbon capture, utilization, and storage. It is clear that Malaysia is committed to not only addressing its own carbon emissions, but also playing a pivotal role in regional and global efforts to combat climate change.
Thank you very much for having me.